Hello, and welcome to the Baltimore City Department of Housing and Community Development video tutorial for the CCG Round 3 Operating Neighborly Application Portal. Once you log in, you will see your name at the top of your participant dashboard. Your first step will be to start a new application, which you can do by scrolling down until you locate CCG Operating. Once you get there, you're going to click the blue hyperlink that says click here to start a new application. Please note that applications are open from now through October 28th, 2022 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When you click to start the application, you will need to name your application. My recommendation is to put the name of your organization and click Start Application. The first thing that you'll have to do is click here to continue to work on your application. Please note that at any time during the process of completing your application, you can contact us at dhcd.ccg@baltimorecity.gov. The first page that you'll come to is our program overview. The first thing you'll want to do is click on the hyperlink that says Funding Guidelines. Please be sure to read through the entire funding guidelines for full information and submission requirements. The program overview page gives an abbreviated explanation of the CCG operating grant, the CCG program, and eligible applicants. Please be sure to read all information on the program overview page so that you are fully informed about the CCG operating grants. When you have had a chance to read through the entire program overview and funding guidelines, please click Complete and Continue, and you'll move on to the next step. The first section of the application that you'll complete is Section A, Applicant Information. This is an incredibly important step so that we at DHCD have your full contact information as we go through the award process. First, fill in all pertinent information for your organization. If you will have a partner that will be named on the grant agreement, please click Yes. If not, click No. If you have a partner, when you click Yes, you will see additional contact information appear. If you have a partner, you must fill in all of this partner information. If not, click No and move on. Like the partner, if you require a fiscal agent, please be sure to click Yes. And if so, fill in all of the pertinent contact information for your fiscal agent. Please note that you will also need to upload documentation to go along with the fiscal agent and partner information. For all upload blocks, the way that you will upload documents is as follows. You will see the name of the document that is required and a button that says Upload File in blue. Please click the blue Upload File link, select the file, and upload. You'll know that your upload was successful when you see the name of the document show up in the upload file box. As you are working on your application, you can always save it and come back later. If you wish to save your application and come back later to continue working, please click the Save button at the bottom of the page. However, when you have completed a section, please click Complete and Continue. Sometimes when you click Complete and Continue, you may notice that you get an error message that something isn't quite right with your submission. In this instance, you'll see that I have not completely filled in my partner information at this time. So I would go back, correct that, and then try again. When all of the information has been updated and I click Complete and Continue, this time it will go through. Part B, Applicant Classification. In this section of your application, you'll be asked to identify your organization as either an emerging or established one. How can you determine which classification applies to you? There are two places that you could look. First, you can refer back to our full funding guidelines, which are linked at the top of every section of the application. Another place you can look is whenever you see a blue question mark, hover your mouse over it and you will see a tooltip pop up with additional information that may help you complete your application. Identify yourself as emerging or established and then move on to the next question. For question number 2 in this section, you need to provide a maximum 3-page explanation of why you selected the classification that you did. Just like we did on the first page, please click Upload File and verify that the file worked correctly by seeing its name pop up in the Upload File box. Utilizing the checkboxes in question 3, please identify whether this application is for a new program or project, the expansion of an existing program or project, or if you need to provide us your own explanation, please do so using the Other checkbox. If you are currently receiving CCG funds, please select Yes. If not, click No. If yes, please be sure to include information on whether this application is for a continuation of a currently funded CCG project, as well as letting us know what the CCG funds were awarded, the amounts, and all information. The way you'll do this is by clicking Add Row. When you have this, you will be able to go in and type what you have. Add rows as needed. If you are receiving non-CCG city funds, please select Yes, and by using the Add Row button, identify the funded program, funding source, award amount, and the termination date. If you are not currently receiving other funds from the city that are not CCG program related, please select No. All applicants are required to identify the neighborhood and council districts that they are operating in. Please click Add Row and add the neighborhood and council district that is applicable to your project. If you're working in multiple neighborhoods and districts, please feel free to add as many rows as possible. Finally, for this section, please identify if you and/or your partner have completed a strategic plan. If no, click No and then Complete and Continue. If yes, please select Yes, upload your strategic plan, and indicate the date that your strategic plan was completed. When you're ready, click Complete and Continue. Section C, Operating Grant Application. In this section of your application, you will identify the project that you intend to complete using CCG operating funds. First, identify the amount of CCG operating funds that you are requesting through the drop-down menu. All applicants may apply for $75,000, $100,000, and our emerging applicants can choose to apply for up to $150,000. Please select the amount and move to the next question. Question 2 asks you, in 50 words or less, to please describe the request for funds. Question 3 asks about the impact investment area. If you're not sure about the impact investment area, please hover over the tooltip or click the hyperlink that will give you more information about which of the areas in the city qualify as an impact investment area. If your project will operate in an impact investment area, please click Yes. If not, click No. Please remember that all applicants who are planning a project in an impact investment area identified by the city's strategic framework is eligible for bonus points on their scoring of their application. In addition to identifying whether or not your project will operate in an impact investment area, for question number 4, please be sure to include a screenshot of a map that shows the location of your proposed activity. We recommend utilizing CodeMap to locate your property addresses, screenshot, and upload. Verify that your document uploaded correctly, and then move on to the operating goals section. In this section, you will see a list of some of the operating goals that the CCG program seeks to support. Please check off all operating goals that apply to your project. If you have additional goals that you believe are supported by your project that you would like to share on your application, please select Other, and in the box below, describe additional details. Part D, Operating Grant Project Narratives. In Part D, you will be asked to complete a project description, a description of your applicant capacity, your community engagement, your diversity, equity, and inclusion, your project schedule, and a project evaluation process. We recommend that you save these responses as PDF documents and then upload to preserve the formatting and clarity of your narratives. Please take note of the maximum page limit for each question, as it does vary depending on the question itself. For each question, please be sure to address all bullet points that are included in the question description. For question 4, diversity, equity, and inclusion, please note that you will need to upload multiple documents, a list of your board of directors, your actual project narrative, answering the questions in this section, as well as an organizational chart. For the project schedule, please note that you must use the project schedule template, which can be downloaded by clicking the hyperlink within the question. If you do not use the provided template, your application will not be accepted for review. Additionally, if you are going to be doing the project in multiple neighborhoods, please outline a clearly delineated schedule for each project location. When you've verified that you've included all project narratives required, click Complete and Continue. In Section E of your application, you'll share details about your operating grant budget. You'll need to upload 3 different items for this section. First, you'll need to include an Evidence of Matching Funds form. This form template can be located by clicking the blue hyperlink that says Evidence of Matching Funds form, downloading and completing the Excel file. Once you've uploaded your matching funds form, please also upload all letters of intent or award letters that support committed matching funds. You will also need to click the hyperlink that says Operating Budget Form to download and complete the Operating Budget template. Just like with the Matching Funds template, when you open this operating budget, you will need to click Enable Editing. Please be advised that there are 3 tabs at the bottom of this Excel workbook, and you must complete all relevant tabs. The first page is where you will add your organization's name and then outline how you will use CCG funding and other funding in both year 1 and year 2 for personnel, consultants, equipment and supplies, and other operating costs. Please be advised that all of the totals cells, including this entire one at the bottom, are formulas that will auto-calculate for you and cannot be overwritten. On the Personnel tab, you will only fill in the columns that are white. All columns that are in gray will auto-update for you. You'll need to note whether personnel will be a 1099 employee or not a 1099 employee, which will impact the way that these calculations complete. Finally, there is the consultant worksheet, where you will enter their name, the service provided, as well as their hourly rate, estimated hours, any additional fees, and materials costs. For each consultant, the total cost will be automatically calculated for you. When you have completed this budget in its entirety, please save it and upload it to the budget section of your application. After you have ensured that you have uploaded all required documents for the grant budget, the matching funds form, letters of intent, support for committed matching funds, and your operating budget, then you can click Complete and Continue. However, please be advised that if your submitted operating budget and evidence of matching funds form do not use the provided templates with all tabs completed, your application will not be accepted for review. Please also know that in the event of an award, you will be required to provide a more detailed and updated budget. In the next section, Required Documents, you will need to go through and ensure that you have provided all required documents for your CCG operating application. Required documents are identified by the word required with an asterisk in red. Please note that there are additional documents that you may choose to upload that may support your application. As long as it does not say required, it is up to you to determine whether or not you would like to supply that information to us. Verify that all documents have been uploaded. Upload any additional documents that are required, and then click Complete and Continue. Part G, Certification of Compliance. Please read the entire compliance statement. If you agree, check the box, click the box to electronically sign, and make sure that you include your title. If this application is not a joint venture between more than one entity, click No. If this application is a joint venture, click Yes, and be sure to include the signed compliance certification, which you can download by clicking this hyperlink. When you have uploaded that signed compliance certification of all parties, then you may click Complete and Continue. Finally, you have reached the end of the application. Please be aware that when an application is submitted, it can only be reopened by an administrator, so you would need to reach out to the CCG office in order to do so. Read through the certification and authorization to submit statement. If you agree, check the box. Then click to electronically sign. Note that this form must be completed and signed by the fiscal agent, if applicable, and applicant. Additionally, if the applicant includes multiple organizations, the certification and authorization form must be completed and signed by all parties. If you do have multiple parties, click Yes. If not, click No. When clicking Yes, you'll be prompted to download the form and then upload your signed application certification. When you have done that, you can click Complete and Submit. You'll get a confirmation message about your submitted application, including directions about how you can go back to review the status of your application. Finally, please be aware that at any time you can print your application by clicking the Print Application button on the sidebar. This will download a PDF version of your application that you may keep for your records. If at any time while working on your application you need to move to different parts, please utilize the sidebar to navigate to whatever section you prefer. Congratulations on submitting your CCG operating application for round 3. After you have begun your application, when you log in to your participant portal, at the very top you will see a section that says View or Continue an Existing Application. Here you'll see all applications that you have begun for DHCD. You'll see the status of the application, and you can also click the blue hyperlink that says View, Edit to go into the application itself. Please be advised that if you have already submitted your application, you will not be able to edit. However, you can view the application and print it at any time. If you have submitted your application and do need to create further edits, please contact DHCD and we can reopen the application for you.